Ah, the Teals, the poor Teals. Cry me a river. Because they are saying, well, they're volunteers anyway, have made some submissions to a parliamentary inquiry about, how we run polling booths and all these sorts of things. And they're complaining that their experience of the federal election last year was traumatising, awful. Oh, all these things. This is in the Oz today. Irritated Teal campaigners have complained to Parliament that rival volunteers would not say hello to them or accept their lollies during last year's federal election and acted in other aggressive ways some said were consistent with broader threats to national security highlighted by Australia's spy agency. Sorry, OK. So somehow we've gone from they wouldn't say hello and they didn't want to eat my lollies to that is somehow connected to, like, terrorism or something because Mike Burgess has talked about a breakdown in social cohesion and we've seen it on the polling booths with the people who won't eat the Teal lollies. Eat the lollies! Someone else was complaining that the other volunteers were shaking hands too vigorously and if I can demonstrate, Joe, did something a bit like this and they felt
that's terrorism.
I know, the arm was sore afterwards.
Help, white supremacy.
What is wrong with these people?
Well, there is so much wrong with these people. And I'd like to thank my friend Michael, who just sent me a text to remind me that it was actually one of Zali Steggall's volunteers who stabbed a Liberal volunteer.
Good grief.
So I don't see the Liberals putting in complaints about the Teals volunteers who've literally stabbed them.
With what?
Did she stab them before or after they didn't accept her lollies?
Well, I think it was a he who stabbed a he.
Oh, toxic masculinity.
Yeah, he,
alleged.
Well, he allegedly stabbed them, but it's been to court and he was found to have done it. So
there you go, OK.
I'm not sure whether it's still alleged because it's actually been through the court system. But
already misgendered that.
You know, but you know, he. This is what's occurred in the past. I've been on many polling booths over my life and over the last few election cycles since the Teals have been there. Let me tell you, Wentworth. Bradfield, a number of others, Warringah, McKellar, have been out to booths all up and down those places. And let me tell you, not at one stage, the most number of volunteers were always the Teals. It's kind of almost like a cult. They all sort of, and they all look the same. Yep. Apparently they all do book club together. So
that's
maybe
not where
they
I thought that was going. When you said they all do, I thought you were going to say, something a bit more nefarious.
Oh, no. Book club.
Book club.
Is what I
don't want to
understand.
racially profile them. I imagine they'd be a similar
hear them talking about
shade of beige.
Anyway, I just want to say they never talk to anyone else on the booth. They're usually very impolite. They're quite aggressive themselves. They're incredibly unpleasant people in my experience of every time I've ever gone near any one of them. No one's ever offered me a lolly, let alone a hello. So I don't know which booths this was going on, but seriously, Teals, don't care. Cry. Go away. Bye-bye.
Look, I know, Caleb, you said cry me in a river. I've got some other suggestions, perhaps for some music therapy for the Teals who do feel upset by the way they've been treated on the polling booth. I think you can listen to the Rolling Stones as Teals go by. You could listen to Smokey Robinson and the Commodores, Tracks of My Teals. And if you're up for something more contemporary, you could listen to a great collab, as the kids say, between The Weeknd and Ariana Grande, which is Save Your Teals for Another Day.
What about teardrops on the dance floor?
That's
How good's that?
That's